I mean, you can't question the some of the most the people who are most serious about Jewish identity, Jewish history, Jewish religion in academia are opposed to the genocide. And that's why you see a lot of scholars of anti-Semitism being removed, or Holocaust studies scholars being removed and attacked under this purge because they know too much. And they want doofuses and clowns and operatives in there. And, if you look at who Trump just appointed as his new anti-Semitism czar,
Oh,
that'll really
crazy.
tell you something about.
This is crazy. Sorry.
Do I have this up? Sorry, I don't have it. His new anti-Semitism czar. I don't know if I'll have time to fully explain who he is, but this is Michael Tracy. Trump's picked for a special envoy to monitor and combat anti-Semitism. By the way, why is this position existing with Doge? Like, why is Doge allowing this costly position to exist? Shouldn't this be eliminated as waste and fraud? Like, do we need this? Well, of course. It's a Chabad rabbi from the Chabad cult, a fundraiser and a businessman. He runs a company. I'm annotating this, called Ruscap, which makes water out of air, and is a military contractor, which sends water fountains to the military that supposedly make water out of air. His name is Yehuda Kaplan, whom he met through Miriam Adelson. He is an Adelson operative. Trump's political empowerment of quote-unquote ultra-Orthodox Jewish movements is a unique feature of his recent activities. There's Miriam Adelson, Israeli intelligence asset, Likudnik warlord, Trump, and Yehuda Kaplan. And Kaplan is very influential in the Trump administration. He's, Deborah Lipstadt was a Holocaust scholar who served as anti-Semitism czar under Biden. Very Zionist, disgusting figure. But this character doesn't even try to hide it. By the way, he was born in Israel. He's an Israeli. He says the situation to Jews in America is similar to that of Jews in 1930s Germany. And he loves Trump calling out Islamic radical terror and the threat of Iran. I'm not really feeling like I'm in 1930s Germany.
Again, like, not that this matters, like, not that the feelings of, Jewish people like ourselves matter right now, because it's the Palestinians that are being mass murdered. But it's like, if we want to take a second just to look at that, it's so insulting to Jews when you think about it, that you're comparing the plight of Jews today to the plight of Jews during the Nazi Holocaust. You're completely trivializing their experience. My
Nuremberg laws.
Yeah, my great-grandparents were slaughtered in Auschwitz along with millions of people, and you're comparing our plight right now as privileged North American Jews to them. It's so insulting. And of course, I don't want to spend too long being outraged about this, because our feelings don't matter right now. It's Palestinians that are undergoing the current Holocaust. But the fact that they can say this out loud, it shows not only their contempt for Palestinians and, Arabs, but also just for Jews and the actual Jewish experience of the Nazi Holocaust. Otherwise, how could they possibly trivialize it in this way? It's so insulting. It's pathetic. But yet it's so popular now. And, Dana Bash was, this is not confined to just like Trump appointees. This is like liberals as well. Dana Bash of CNN also talked about the atmosphere on college campuses being similar to 1930s Germany. So this like self-victimization and this insult to the legacy of the Nazi Holocaust, it's bipartisan. It's widespread. It's not just the like Trump MAGA camp fringe, like Zionist fringe of the MAGA camp. It's also enlightened liberal journalists.
Well, yeah, and if you feel like the Goyim are mad at you, maybe you should stop supporting the self-proclaimed Jewish state that's reenacting the Nazi Holocaust. That might be a good idea. I don't know. Speaking of the Holocaust, the Rebbe, the Moshiach, the Messiah of the Chabad cult, Rabbi Menachem Schneerson, who's like this holy figure to them, he wasn't just a Holocaust denier. He was kind of a Holocaust supporter. He believed the Holocaust was a good thing and compared it to a limb being amputated. And he placed the blame for the Nazi genocide on Reform Judaism, on Jews not being religious enough. It is clear that evil descends from above, and buried within torment and suffering is a core of exalted spiritual good. It is quite possible that a physical affliction is good for the spirit. This is what he said at Kfar Chabad, which is like a fake city built between Tel Aviv and Jerusalem, where a Brooklyn brownstone is created in the midst of historic Palestine to recreate the home that Menachem Schneerson grew up in Brooklyn. I've actually been there. Yeah, the Holocaust was a good thing because it lopped off a disease-ravaged limb of the Jewish people in order to cleanse the Jewish people of its sins.
Oh,
And many of those Jews were in the Socialist Bund, which was a major Jewish organization in Eastern Europe and also the Soviet Union, but all across Eastern Europe, which believed that Zionism was an abomination and resisted Nazism. And, many of them participated in the fight against Nazism. And those are the people that Rabbi Menachem Schneerson condemned. Disgusting figure, disgusting cult. I've been among them. I went to Israel with them through the Birthright Israel program. Not that I knew they were on my trip, but they were like our guides. And the whole point of Chabad is, and they're fun. Like you get drunk with them, and they party, and they do like cool like b-boy style dances. Like it's kind of impressive. And they understand they're really into Kabbalah and numerology, but that's all kind of like a tactic with secular Jews like me, or ostensibly secular, to bring us in to their cult. They are the only Jewish sect that proselytizes, but they proselytize among Jews. And now it appears that they're proselytizing or currying influence and favors within powerful sectors of the international right wing. The Trump administration has a very special relationship with the Chabad cult, as does Javier Milei, who is basically a member of it and I think is converting to Judaism and was recently honored by Chabad in Miami. But here's Trump and Howard Lutnick paying homage to Rabbi Schneerson during back in October. They're making a pilgrimage to Schneerson. I've never seen an American president do this. And this is like a cult-like figure. They believe he's the Messiah who will come back to earth and establish a holy reign, and who believes that Gentiles are subhuman. That's Howard Lutnick from Cantor Fitzgerald to Trump's right. I mean, this is like something out of an anti-Semitic fantasy. And you wonder why if anti-Semitism is rising, you wonder why. Like, this is not someone that a president should be praying to. And the Chabad cult also helped Ivanka Trump convert to Orthodox Judaism in order to marry Jared Kushner, Trump's son-in-law. I think that's the case. And look at what Donald Trump just did. He declared a national day of education to honor the Rebbe, Menachem Schneerson. He just did this on April 9th. He signed it into law with Chabad cultists all around him. This is like one of the stories the media isn't telling about the Trump administration, is how deeply penetrated it is by Chabad. And how weird and fascistic this cult is. Like, this is the cult responsible for the book Torat HaMelech, which was distributed within the Israeli military, which declares that the new way of fighting war, the new ethics for the Israeli military, should be based on religious law, which holds that if anyone is deemed a threat to the Jewish people, even as a child, they should be killed. And the book was actually unofficially banned by the Israeli General Security Services. I did a documentary on this, a short one. It's online, because I went to an event where some of the chief state-funded rabbis in Israel got up and defended the book. And the two rabbis, one of them is named Yitzhak Ginsburg from the most extreme yeshiva in the Yitzhar settlement north of Nablus, were called in for Shin Bet interrogations. And they just basically said, we're not coming, and nothing happened. But they come from Chabad. Chabad is very influential in the settlements. It is like the most extreme sect of ultra-Orthodox Judaism. And it's got huge influence in the Trump administration, which, should make us concerned about every Trump policy relating to the region, including war on Iran, censorship, attacks on the First Amendment.